Hello again. There are in this country almost 1 million young people between the ages of 16 and 24 who are unemployed and not at college or university. These are the so-called NEETs, an acronym formed from the initial letters of not in employment, education or training. Almost 1 million young men and women with no jobs and few prospects. It is not that there are no jobs for them. There are, of course, plenty of jobs, but they all seem to go to foreigners. This is a curious state of affairs. A few years ago, young people with poor qualifications would get jobs involving manual work on farms or in warehouses, building sites, factories, shops and so on. We hear it said that society has changed and so these jobs no longer exist. Britain has deindustrialised and the factories, mines and docks have all closed down. This is, of course, complete nonsense, as a moment's thought will show. There are still plenty of jobs which do not require either a university degree or indeed any GCSEs. There are still plenty of warehouses and they are usually linked to distribution networks, where goods are handled in a warehouse and then dispatched by van to people's homes. There is more of this kind of work now than there was 50 years ago. We all of us receive goods which we have ordered online almost every day, or so it seems. Has anybody had any deliveries made recently by a white British driver or van driver's mate? The warehouse and distribution business is thriving in this country, but young white people, British people, are excluded from it. Just as they are from delivering pizzas by motorbike, another line of manual work which is now flourishing as never before. The same goes for coffee shops, of course. It is not that there are no jobs for young people with poor educational qualifications. It is simply that they are all given to foreigners. This situation, where white working class children do poorly at school, leave with few qualifications and then spend the next decade on benefits, has had the effect of creating an underclass, like a vast lumpenproletariat, 1 million strong. They know that they have received the raw deal, and they are aware that this has been inflicted upon them by the middle classes, the politicians, the teachers, the civil servants, and all of the rest of them, the Guardian reading classes, and they feel angry and cheated. They know too, how could they not, that their predicament is closely tied up with immigration. The supposedly important people in our society, the significant ones, the MPs, the doctors, lawyers, newspaper editors, those working for the BBC and so on, never actually meet any of this million needs. When would they have occasion to do so? Their own children go into the sixth form, get A-levels, then go on to university and get good jobs. They are aware of the white working underclass only as an abstraction, a sociological phenomenon. The thing is, those people are now stirring. You can see them taking an interest in things such as the Raise the Colours campaign. They are starting to realise that perhaps things could change, that society doesn't have to be ordered in such a way as to exclude them. Their energy will be harnessed. They will become an active force. And when that happens, I rather think that some folk will get a shock. In the past, the convenient wars made use of such young people, but there is none such currently on the horizon, which means that any anger at their condition is likely to be turned not outward against Napoleon and his armies, or the Boers, or the Kaiser, or Hitler, but inward, towards the leaders of their own country. This has not happened for centuries in Britain, and it's likely to prove very interesting. I've said before that a storm is coming, and these young men and women are likely to be the harbingers of that storm.